letters. A is for apple, B is for bus, C is for can you S the F up? Oh, I S'd shut. Manners. Rainbow B, hair too bright. He a dum-dum who can't fight. Don't eat lead paint or you'll cry. Then your brain will end up like 6 by 9, 9, 9. Facts. And it goes on in this manner. Alright, let's talk about PewDiePie. I know that the Serfs videos get taken down so frequently, and we get so many strikes and random things, and mass flaggings actually most of the time. We get mass flagged a lot that it's hard to notice anymore when it happens. And more recently, as of last week actually, one of our videos got taken down. It was a video on PewDiePie. I didn't say anything about it, A, because again, it's been happening so frequently that I think just mentioning it constantly is kind of making white noise. But it didn't just happen to us, it happened to everybody, which was a bit of a shock. I was like, wait, what? It happened to every single person who had made a video on PewDiePie's latest diss track. Now, if you don't know what diss tracks are, they're as old as the internet itself, all right? YouTube's diss track, well, I mean, okay, I'm not going to do the history of diss tracks. Just the YouTube diss tracks, I think they're in a world of their own, okay? They're terrible universally. They're more often than not white rap, like bad white rap. And they're usually just content mills in order to get one creator to bump up, right? That's why if one huge creator does a diss track on another huge creator, all of a sudden the audiences of both are battling each other, and at the same time, all the things and the arrows are going up. Sound familiar, doesn't it? Kind of sounds like drama, like why people do drama in general. Not the only reason, but certainly drama is heavily monetizable. So yeah, we're very incentivized. Let's just say that in our current system. Anyways, PewDiePie does a diss track. The diss track got taken down, and I was a little surprised at that of all the things for YouTube to get upset about, this was the one they finally were like, okay, well, this is beyond the pale. Okay, we've sat through a lot with our famous celebrity, our previous #1 position. We've had to bear through a lot of this. Come on, I mean. There was the whole Hitler did nothing wrong. He did pay a couple people in another country to hold up a sign that said Hitler did nothing wrong, and then there was him getting the people on Fiverr to say the same thing, that Hitler did nothing wrong, and then him responding to all that by dressing up in some of that what seemed to be pretty suspiciously like Nazi gear, except it was a joke. It was a joke for the lulz, so that was good. And then he kind of said the N-word. Kind of said the hard R, kind of dropped a hard R as an insult. While he was gaming, he was gaming, and then he did a hard R with the N-word. That was pretty bad. That was kind of bad. We had to cancel that whole TV show thing. I mean, a couple other people did too. So there was that as well. Oh, and then he almost did it again though. After being really weird about it, he kind of apologized about it, but then he almost did it again not too much later, and luckily he stopped himself. He only got halfway through the word, but it's clearly a word that he uses in his own life because it keeps slipping out. so that's weird, but it's okay because he apologized after that, and then he did some other strange things. He was reading the 12 Rules for Life book and recommending it to his very young audience, which seems a little strange because it comes from a transphobic conservative. That's a little weird, but again, these are oopsie doopsies. Speaking of oopsie doopsies, when he was battling against T-Series, there of course was the fact that he was kind of worried because their numbers were coming pretty close. T-Series is another YouTube channel that's based out of India, which led to him, of course, having a competition with T-Series that ultimately started the Subscribe to PewDiePie campaign. The Subscribe to PewDiePie campaign, which also ended after the Christchurch shooter said it right before he committed the massacre, which of course had nothing to do with PewDiePie. However, it did have a very concerning thing in the fact that PewDiePie has a very large audience of young children, actually, to the tune of hundreds of millions at this point. Teens, tweens, and in-betweens, and they're of course following a lot of what he says and does. And he used to actually follow quite a few right-wing figures on Twitter. He actually had befriended Ben Shapiro. He also was following Lauren Southern and Stefan Molyneux, which they were pushing the white replacement theory, the great replacement theory, at that time they were on a tour for that. But again, these are just strange coincidences. And and of course there was the apology. He offered $50,000 to the ADL as kind of an oopsie doopsie, I'm sorry, here's $50,000. So that's good. He was trying to do some mea culpa at the end of all this, which of course his fans got pretty upset about, and there was a bit of a backlash. So he actually withdrew that. He rescinded the $50,000 that he was going to donate to the AD. Yeah, you can do that. Apparently, you're allowed to say that you're going to donate a lot of money to an organization, but then you can retract it after. And in that retraction, you were actually wearing the Iron Cross on a shirt, which also seemed a little strange. Which again could just coincidences. These are just coincidences. So in summary, YouTube's had to deal with a lot. To be fair, with their biggest celebrity, YouTube's had to deal with quite a bit when it comes to PewDiePie, and so that's the thing. So I was just a little bit shocked that after everything, this was the reason that they took a PewDiePie video down. It's an entirety. Coco diss track. Internet slams platform for double standards. The video reportedly violated YouTube's guidelines on child safety and harassment, with the company saying the video crossed the line. YouTube has removed one of PewDiePie's recent videos, a diss track titled Coco, that takes shots at Coco Melon, a YouTube channel for children. Rapper Takeshi, 6ix9ine, and author J.K. Rowling. Ripping into J.K. Rowling might be one of the best things PewDiePie's ever done. I'm surprised. Surprised and genuinely happy. It doesn't undo the rest that I just mentioned. Like that stuff's still awful, as is PewDiePie just in general. But I mean, this of all of PewDiePie's work, I'm very surprised. I can't play the song. To clarify, this violated two policies, says YouTube. Number 1, child safety, by looking like it was made for kids, but containing inappropriate content, inciting including violence. Number 2, harassment. We allow criticisms and also diss tracks in some cases, but both with policies in mind. This video crosses the line. It was too much. It crossed the line. According to YouTube's official Twitter account, the video violated its guidelines in child safety by looking like it was made for kids but contained inappropriate content including violence and harassment, saying that the video crossed the line. And then there's him, I guess, about to do the honorable suicide. I'm assuming that's what that is. So in their TOS, scripted performances, insults made in the context of an artistic medium such as a scripted satire, stand-up comedy, or music. That would be the exemption. And that's what that was. It definitely was. I mean, whether or not I like PewDiePie and whether or not I like his jokes, I certainly can agree that this falls under this purview of their TOS. Insults made in the context of an artistic medium such as a scripted satire, stand-up comedy, or music. This is true. Dear YouTube, sort your website out, treat your creators with some respect, and re-upload PewDiePie's Coco diss track. It's not an actual diss track, it's a joke. And then there's the picture of him. I'm not going to play the song because the second I do, this video will not be able to be put up on YouTube. In fact, it'll just be taken down. So I'm not going to play it. But I figured I could give you one better. Why don't I Ben Shapiro the lyrics to Coco, and then you can judge for yourselves. All right? So let's get real white with it. Okay. The lyrics to Coco by the poet laureate PewDiePie. And it goes as follows. Gaga, 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 goo. F your dad and mama too. Coco in a chokehold. I'll go local if you want me to. Gaga, 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 gee. You ain't fucking passing me. Last time that I dissed, it took government to blacklist me. Yeah, I saw your S-word. Ew. Effing cringe. It's not even funny, and your head is really big. Why? Oh, you're approaching me. What? You think I'm nervous? Ha. Your audience is just a bunch of mother effing V's. Don't tell your mama, and don't be an effing S. Don't be like 6ix9ine and that rainbow effing B. Spartan S, yeet a baby straight off a cliff. What? If they make it out alive, I'll make it a make-a-wish. Coco, Coco, Co. You effin' with my mojo. Joe, 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 Joe. Coco, Coco, Co. You started, so let's go, 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 go. We're now on to the second verse. F your daddy F your mommy too. F everything that you love. Most of all, F you. Cry, cry, cry. Yeah, I don't give a shit. He's crazy. I'm your mommy now. You little little baby B. I'll say anything. I don't give an F. What? Santa isn't real. It's your daddy dressed up. What? Mommy's always lying when she says you're really smart. Your dog is not in heaven. He is rotting in the yard. Haha, big sad. I'll spoil Harry Potter. Wait, JK already did that. Whoa. Haha, you on that baby shit. I'm gonna teach you about the real world. Baby B. Bath time. Scrub behind your ears. Okay. Then rinse your eyes. Okay. And when you leave the tub, watch out for 6x9 letters. A is for apple. B is for bus. C is for can you S the F up. Oh, I S'd shut. Manners. Rainbow B, hair too bright. He a dum-dum who can't fight. Don't eat lead paint or you'll cry, cry, cry. Then your brain will end up like 6x9, 9. Facts. And it goes on in this manner. This is the first time that PewDiePie has made a song, a diss track, about a fellow YouTuber. And the most recent one, of course, was the one that he did against T-Series. T-Series was the channel that ultimately became the highest subscribed channel of all time. The diss track was called Baked Lasagna. That one is still up. That one's still fine, according to YouTube. The reason I juxtapose the two of those is that if we were to look at the lyrics to that song, I will now read some of the poem Baked Lasagna by the poet laureate PewDiePie. It goes as follows. Bob's or Vegana, whichever will it be. Sit the F down, T-Series. I'm here to spill the real tea. You trying to dethrone me from spot number 1? But you, India, you lose. So best you think you haven't won. When I'm through with you, we're going to be completely effing done. 'Cause we've only just begun. I review you. Clap, clap. 0 by B gone. So come on, T-Series. Look hungry for some drama. Here, let me serve you the B lasagna. B lasagna. B lasagna. T-Series ain't got nothing but a B. Lasagna. B lasagna. B lasagna. Look at T-Series. They just crying for their mama. B lasagna. B lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing but a B. Lasagna. B lasagna. B lasagna. T-Series just wet themselves in their pajamas. So who the hell is Bob and why you want to kiss him? I'm a blue eyes white dragon while you're just a dark magician. Oof. And the oof was not me coloring this in, by the way. That is the actual line there. But yeah, maybe that's a self-reflection. You got 1/5 of the population in your nation, but I got 9-year-olds of worlds, so hold your defecation. Oops. Madhu Patlu, what the fuck is that even supposed to mean? Your language sounds like it came from a mumble rap community. No papa, yes papa, Johnny. Now all down all this sugar and let's throw some fucking party. So, yeah, in my opinion, between the two, this one slightly more racist. Slightly more racist, just a tad, a pinch, if you will. And YouTube was fine with that one. It's almost like their TOS is enforced at will, and it's more of a justification after the fact than it is a set of guidelines that everyone should follow. See, they put up their TOSs, and this is all tech companies, and then they make decisions internally, however they want, because that's how private companies work, private corporations. These decisions can impact our lives, because this is what all of us use to communicate, whether it be Gmail, Google, emailing, whether it be Twitter, tweeting, Facebook, messaging. How many people wouldn't be able to communicate with their relatives overseas if it wasn't for Facebook at this point? Facebook, that's like almost the only reason I think people of my age still use it. It's because like, oh, well, it's how I talk to, like, you know, my uncle in Uruguay, and if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have that. So I kind of need that, you know? After the fact, when one of these things happens, this is how they justify it.
I will say 6ix9ine has been awfully quiet, hasn't he? Fucking coward. He's scared. You know he's scared. I'm not even joking about it. Imagine getting beaten up by a Swedish man. There's just no recovery. There's just no excuse. And he knows that. Yeah, a lot of people were confused why I call it 6ix9ine. I just don't like him.
What did Takeshi 6ix9ine do? Pedo! He's a pedo! Oh, no way. Legal issues. Child sexual performance charges. Hernandez was involved in a child sexual performance charge from 2015. In 2015, Hernandez pled guilty to felony count for the use of a child in a sexual performance. He was charged with 3 counts for the offense after February 2015 incident in which he had physical contact with a 13-year-old girl and later distributed videos of the incident. Oh, fuck you. Holy shit. What? How is he still a thing then? Snitch too? Jesus. Well, I guess I'm siding with PewDiePie on a second thing today. Fuck 6x9. That's fucking bullshit. I just want to hear one chud talk about this. Who is this?
Okay, guys, here it is. First thing in the morning. I just got up and I'm pissed off already. It didn't take long today. I get up early every day. Told you guys that. I get started with making videos for the Goosh. And I was about to do so, but I had also planned today. A lot of you guys had been telling me that I really needed to see PewDiePie's Coco Melon diss track. Everybody said it's really funny. I looked into it, looked like Pewds was cool with the reaction videos. I'm like, yeah, I like PewDiePie. And something like this sounds, just what I know of it, sounds like something that would make me laugh. So I'll watch it today. Yeah, well, his video just got taken down by YouTube because it violates their policies. This is a fucking problem. See, I can't even tell you how much this pisses me off, because this is exactly why when we have that conversation about things like, and it doesn't apply specifically here, but when we talk about things like hate speech, whenever you say, I'm going to ban hate speech, I'm going to disallow this type of thought process, this type of commentary, somebody is an arbiter of what crosses that line. And that somebody is always going to have their own special interest in mind. And
I think I'll file this one under yet another person who wants to say the N-word. Why can't I say it anymore? Why did they take that away from us? But anyways, in summary about all of this, don't give the playing field. Don't give the playing field to the big tech companies. Don't allow them to be the arbiters of speech, because by making our interactions completely digital and by monetizing them, commodifying them, if you will, we've given giant companies basically the public forum. That's already happened, so we're there now. So now we have to deal with the consequences of that. Every single time there's an enforcement of TOS, it brings us closer to that argument. Whether you love it or you hate it, there are times when you'll probably be very happy that something like that has happened, because you're like, well, that's what I would have wanted. That, like, if I had a vote, if this was an actual democracy, I would have said, yeah, Alex Jones is causing people to die. He's getting the parents of Sandy Hook victims just riddled with so many death threats that they themselves become suicidal. Like that is a dangerous thing. Like, you have endangered people's lives. And so, yeah, I mean, let's just say that we as a society would decide probably Alex Jones in that case had to be taken down. And then the striking difference between this situation and the two diss tracks is the difference in tone. One of them is attacking YouTube's children's cartoon channel, biggest one now, Coco Melon. And I've said before, these like mass-produced children's cartoon channels, especially the ones that use just like AI algorithms to make them, and very insidious, addictive music, so that little babies just have to keep listening to them over and over and over again to get the same kind of, like, you know, dopamine and serotonin releases, and then they just have actual like robots generating them over and over, like the Five Finger song. Like, that shit is bad, and the fact that it's so powerful on YouTube is a huge problem. A problem that not a lot of people talk about. It's now become YouTube's biggest channel is one of them, Coco Melon. Now, YouTube's not the only place that Coco Melon is at. It's also on Netflix. All right, I'm sure it's probably also on Amazon Prime, although I can't confirm that. But I did see it on Netflix the other day, and I was like, yeah, Coco Melon and their brand of just kind of like repetitive children's songs, reinforcing the same things over and over and over and again. They make so much bank for YouTube because they get billions of views. Because again, there's parents all over the world that just want to leave their YouTube channel on and playing safe stuff for children, playing safe videos for kids. So they'll leave it on and the kids just can watch it and then they can go about their day. Now, this isn't because all these parents are like degenerate or something. This is because A, people need a break from their children, and also B, some of them may have to work. So yeah, it's like an easy distraction. I'll just put it's safe. I know there's not going to be like offensive stuff because YouTube is becoming very, very serious and strict about policing their children's stuff. It's like, if you have access to the internet, it's free. You don't have to pay for, like, if you can't afford it, you don't have to pay for some subscription service or anything everything. You just watch children's cartoons on YouTube and let your kids watch them, and you can go about doing whatever you have to do. The problem being is that these channels don't really care about what they're teaching your kids. A lot of them are more concerned with how do they get billions of views. Some of them don't even know what they're uploading. If it's just procedurally generated, there's no oversight there. It's just mass producing all this stuff. Like, here's the 5 Finger song, but instead of alligators, it's like a whole bunch of hot dogs. It's the 5 Finger song with hot dogs. And then next day, it's like, here's the 5 Finger song, but instead of hot dogs, it's oranges. And then once again, and then there's another billion views and millions of dollars being sent to these channels. I think calling that out is a good thing. I don't think that's the reason PewDiePie called it out. PewDiePie is just petty. Petty is all shit, and makes a diss track every now and then when someone is coming close to his throne. And then this is what we see. But there is a problem with these channels. If you want us to advertise your channel or work, please go to weareserfs.com and email us a 20 to 30 second ad, and we'll take it on to the end of one of our videos to help promote your leftist channel or progressive something. Whatever you do.
To our gods, I'm Raph, Xander Corvus, Schlatsky, we look to the stars for your divine guidance. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are merely puppets for your amusement. To our lords, Trevor R., Alexander Thaler, Hans Josephine, Ryan Lubin, Jimothy K. Meeblebeeps Jr., Bisexual Black Gamer, and Tofox, we shall carry your banner into the fog of war. To our Knights of the Round Table, Josh Mickelson, Zach Christensen, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, Political Puppy, Jimmy Bignuts, Andreas Chiringuito, Yoppie, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Thomas Barrington, J. Fraser Cartwright, Goofalankius, Melissa Murphy, Nicholas Marks, Radical Maniac, The Great Pudini, Kale Kotka, Anthropophagic, Serene42, Chronic de Hemphog, Phone Jenny, Incosin, Constance Joyce Lacheris, and Ramon Acosta. We drink with you and we salute you.